Getting beat on. I realize I don't think I have it anymore because I got the ability to stay in shape, but I don't got the fighting guts, I don't think, anymore.
Mike Tyson has officially closed the chapter on his legendary boxing career. After decades of dominating the ring and wearing the boxing crown like it was made just for him, his career didn't end with a triumphant roar, but with a shocking humiliation.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight.
Interesting.
Script.
How so? What do you mean by
It's just
script?
weird. It just
Like
Mike-
scripted in what way?
no, I don't know. I actually really like Jake Paul. It just seems so. It's odd, bro.
What brought down the baddest man on the planet? Was it age, injuries, or something else? Nope, it was money. A big payday for a scripted fight against a YouTuber half his age. Tyson's legendary career didn't just end, it crumbled in front of millions, leaving behind a lawsuit and a bitter aftertaste. Watching the once mighty Mike Tyson, who sent heavyweights flying with punches like wrecking balls, struggle against Jake Paul was heartbreaking. Yes, Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned boxer.
Later this fall, he is back in the ring at age 58 to pummel a kid from YouTube. Watch Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson live November 15th on Netflix.
The fight on November 15th, 2024 wasn't just a loss, it was humiliating. Tyson, once a knockout machine, threw just 18 punches in 8 rounds. Jake Paul, 31 years younger, looked like he was holding back to avoid bad PR. This wasn't a fight, it was a spectacle fueled by money. Tyson pocketed $20 million, but at what cost? His legendary legacy is now tied to a loss against a YouTuber. Fans called it elderly abuse, and a scripted circus after a leaked prediction matched the fight perfectly. Tyson's career didn't end, it crumbled in front of millions.
Drop his hand down when it was clear as day that Jake's face was wide open to receive it. Bro, this is disappointing.
The internet exploded with conspiracy theories faster than you could say rigged. Fans who bet real money expected Tyson to deliver power punches, but instead got slow jabs and awkward footwork. The only knockout that night? Fans tearing down Tyson's legacy. And it wasn't just the fight. Tyson's life outside the ring turned messy too. His wife, Leia Kiki Spicer, reportedly ended his career to prioritize his health and what's left of his legacy. As for Tyson, he seemed unsure. One day he teased fighting Logan Paul, the next he said, "I don't know if I'll fight again." What situation are you waiting for, Mike? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.
I'm just fighting to take care of my bills, basically. I don't have the stomach for this kind of no more. I'm more conscious of my children and those guys looking at my appearance. I don't have that ferocity. I'm not an animal anymore.
The saddest part, this isn't how we should remember Mike Tyson. We were meant to see him as an unstoppable force, not a former champ chasing a payday against internet stars. Tyson's last fight wasn't just a loss, it was humiliation. The scorecard said it all: 80-72, 79-73, 79-73. Jake Paul, 31 years younger, dominated from start to finish. Watching Tyson, once a destroyer, get outclassed was painful.
I seen him a little bit tired. I didn't want to put too much hurt on him, but I wanted the fans to get a good experience. But there was a point where all of my aggression and like super violence and like I'm gonna knock this guy out and show him, it went away when I wasn't getting hit.
What made it worse? Paul didn't even go full throttle. You could see him easing up, almost sparing Tyson from a worse fate. This wasn't respect, it was PR. Knocking out a 58-year-old legend would have sparked outrage, so Paul carried him through 8 rounds. But let's be real, the whole fight was one long, awkward moment. Fans weren't just disappointed, they were heartbroken. Watching Tyson struggle against a YouTuber was like seeing your childhood hero trip on live TV. The once invincible Tyson was now a shadow of himself. And if you think Tyson's struggles ended there, think again. Just weeks later, he faced a $1.6 million lawsuit, while Netflix was slapped with a $50 million class action over glitches. Fans were cheated, and the fallout was brutal.
Reason and one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this, so that tells me he's getting bought. So again,
there you have it. Tyson's career didn't end with a knockout or a standing ovation. It ended in a courtroom buried under legal complaints, breach of contract claims, and class action lawsuits. A legendary career that should have been celebrated became tangled in disputes and angry fans demanding refunds. Tyson's final opponent wasn't Jake Paul. It was a brutal mix of bad decisions, lawsuits, and a shattered reputation. And this time, there was no bell to save him. After watching her husband struggle through 8 painful rounds, Spicer reportedly drew the line.
People don't understand what a champ he was. Like, he was
he wasn't just the heavyweight champion of the world. He was an executioner. Like
Truly.
every fight was just a matter
I don't
of how
remember
long was it going to
which
last.
Let's talk about Tyson's legacy, now hanging by a thread, thinner than Jake Paul's credibility as a real boxer. Boxing legends like Evander Holyfield and Buster Douglas didn't hold back, condemning the Tyson versus. Paul fight as a disgrace. These were the men who fought Tyson in his prime, when he was a human wrecking ball. Seeing him reduced to a stumbling version of himself hit harder than Tyson's famous uppercut. Fans who grew up idolizing Tyson were left wondering, is this really how we're supposed to remember the most feared boxer of all time?
Came out afterwards. He was the first one, obviously, and Mike came out afterwards, and I watched his face. I didn't watch Mike. You would normally watch Mike because he's so charismatic and he's coming. You want to see what he's going to do. And I watched the guy's face, and I watched that confidence bleed from his face instantaneously.
Tyson's reign of terror in the 80s and 90s, when he knocked out opponents in seconds, now feels overshadowed by a misguided comeback that looked more like a reality TV stunt than a real fight. Critics even called it elderly abuse rather than a boxing match, a low blow even Tyson couldn't dodge. Let's not sugarcoat it. The fight wasn't about reclaiming boxing glory. It was about cash. Everyone saw it, everyone knew it. The only thing more obvious than Tyson's exhaustion was the paychecks being cashed behind the scenes. Fans left feeling like they'd paid for a nostalgia trip, but got stuck on a broken-down roller coaster instead.
And Mike Tyson tweeted that he almost died over the summer. He said, he had a bunch of blood transfusions, just had to fight to get healthy, and then his performance yesterday against Jake Paul. Just your thoughts on what we saw.
Mike Tyson was right, and I was wrong.
With Spicer's intervention and Tyson's health issues, it's clear his boxing career is done. Analysts agree he should have retired long before Jake Paul entered the ring. Tyson's legacy will always include his knockout power, but let's face it, this lawsuit-filled finale will be part of his story. He'll be remembered as the baddest man on the planet and the aging fighter who stuck around too long. The final bell has rung on his career, not with a knockout, but with a mix of love, lawsuits, and reality catching up. What do you think of Tyson's end? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.